Now, coming to the talk of the day by eminent speaker Dr. Ramesh Kandimala. He has done his PhD in neurobiology from PGMI Chandigarh and presently working as an assistant professor in Kakatiya Medical College, Warangal, and is a Ramalinga Fellow of Applied Biology in CSIR Indian Institute of Chemical Sciences, Hyderabad. He is a distinguished researcher with vast experience and has more than 70 publications in national and international journals with more than 3,500 citations. He has H index of 32 and I index of 47. Sir, we are very fortunate to have you here and kindly enlighten us with your talk on this important topic. The talk will be of 45 minutes followed by Q&A session. And all the fellow participants, please put your questions in the chat box and we'll discuss all the doubts in the end of the talk. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to one and all. I'm audible now.
Yes, yes,
I must.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. I must thank Dr. Ujjwal and IAMBS co-founders and founders for having me on board in this evening regarding this e-session. So, and I also thankful to Dr. Anil Gupta for giving the kind introduction about me. So, on the behalf of e-session, the first schedule, I'm going to discuss about the effective search strategy using advanced tools with the tricks and identifying appropriate journal. So the name itself is indicating, the title itself is indicating effective search strategy using advanced tools with the tricks and identifying appropriate journal. So here we'll be discussing about the how we have to search the literature and how we have to plan and what are the different databases, gateways are available to search our interest literature. And finally, we'll be discussing how we have to find out the appropriate journal. So you must be knowing a literature search is first task you have to undertake when you want to start the any research. So writing a literature review can be daunting, frustrating, confusing, and time consuming. Means the literature review is sometimes it is very difficult. Sometimes you feel difficulty, sometimes you feel frustration. And also in addition to this, it takes a lot of time. At the end of literature, you must be able to familiar up to date in that given field or in your interest field. So in order to establish your credibility as a researcher and argue for the relevance of your interest research. So at the end of literature search, you will be able to tell where I am. So there are many good resources are already available to help to read out and to write up your literature review. Consider after reading a lot of literature, when you want to put in the words, consider changing the nature of information literacy. For that, you might be gathered some information literature regarding your interest topic by searching from any search engine, from databases, from any gateways. So after searching all the information from all these things, you have to put in your own words. So then only you can start writing in the better way, and means you can present in a better way about the literature review. So these are the different search engines. Means you can find out in all the websites your interest literature. Either it would be the PubMed or it would be the SinaHL or Cochrane Library, Web of Science, ProQuest, and Google Scholar. From all these websites, you can find your interest research or your interest literature. So first thing, what is the motto of literature search? The motto of literature search broadens your knowledge on a particular topic on your interest topic, and also shows your skill at finding relevant information. And finally, it allows for critical appraisal of research. These are the major aims related to the literature search. Then how we have to start this literature search? There are many ways to begin the literature search. Generally, we'll go the literature search by using the keywords, most commonly used keywords, or begin from a paper given by your mentor. Or sometimes you can take a references given in a research interest top paper and you can do the literature search. Journals in your interest of subject areas. In addition to all these, you can do the literature search, or you can start the literature search based on the pioneers and the scientists if you know in the given field. That's how you can start the literature search. So before starting any literature search, you have to make a one form. Either it would be the basic research or clinical research or social research. So in the form, you have to include date of search started, date of search completed. Then in the research topic, you have to define your research topic. And you have to fill all appropriately according to your literature search. And finally, you have to pose a research question. And finally, you have to limit your literature search based on the study type, age range, publication date, language, and others. Others means it would be the interest of your region. Sometimes some studies particularly restricted to the regions. Sometimes it would be restricted to only India. Or in the India, it will be restricted to the South India or North India. Sometimes it will be restricted to the Asian regions. That's how you have to make a literature search form, and you have to fill all those things in the literature search form. So you have to follow certain protocols when you are searching the literature. So in this, all the researchers follow some protocols by making the different levels. In these levels, you have to ensure that literature review covers a significant proportion of published research. You have to remember that the literature review covers a significant proportion of a published research. In addition to that, how far you can go beyond this level, it depends totally on the subject of your research, the type of studies you need to locate, either it would be the randomized control trial studies or other type of the retrospective studies, the time availability of the sources, how essential it is to ensure your research is not duplication of research elsewhere. So you have to avoid the duplication of your research. How likely it is that specific specialist databases will have additional references not found elsewhere. So when you want to do the literature search, the researchers follow protocols like this. So you have to search the literature from these websites and different databases. Mainly, the minimum core resources for literature search is from Cochrane Library, Center for Review and Dissemination for latest updates, Medline or PubMed, Embase, Key Health and Social Care databases as appropriately, EBMED for Allied Medicine, BNI Nursing for Bachelor of Nursing Integrated, Campbell Library of Systemic Reviews, SINA-HL for Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, HMIC, NHS, Occupational Therapy Speaker, Pedro for related to the physiotherapy resources, Psychoinfo for psychological or psychiatry related information, social care online. These are the minimum core resources you have to do for any clinical or basic research. So after that, you have to put tick mark appropriately wherever it is applicable. And there are other core resources you can use for literature search is Biomed Central, evidence summaries such as clinical evidence-based sites, evidence-based gateways, guideline sites, for example, NICE evidence, website of relevant association and its bodies. All these things you can use for your literature search. So there is a strategy for developing a search strategy. Means developing a search strategy, it is mandate for the protocols for researchers. So here you have to start from here and you have to finish by applying all these concepts. First, you yourself ask, means state your topic as a question to focus your search. Is my question is too broad or too narrow? The second step, in the second strategy, define need. Define your information need. What short and how much information do I need? And the third step, identify the concepts. Identify main concepts from your question. What are the most important terms in my question? And select the terms. Select unique words, synonyms, spellings, plurals, and broader topic. And ask yourself, what are the discipline specific concepts in this regard? And the fifth strategy is select sources. Select appropriate professional sources. Then ask yourself, should I use tertiary, secondary, or primary sources? What is the best place to start? You have to ask yourself like that. And the sixth strategy is the search strategy. Construct a search with appropriate commands for the system selected. Then you have to ask further, am I searching efficiently or not? The seventh strategy is be prepared to revise and refine your search. And you have to ask, did I retrieve all the information that I need? The eighth strategy is manage results. Retrieve all the records such as full text, save and print, cite, and email. All the things you have to do. And at the same time, you have to ask, how do I get full text? How will I use this information in the future? The ninth strategy is appraise. Find out how good the information is. Can I trust this information? This is highly cited article or not? Like that, you have to ask. That comes under the appraise strategy. And finally, apply. And answer your question by asking, did I answer my question? Do I still need more information? So that's how you have to start your literature search, by posing all these questions, and you can finish the search strategy like this. So in simple, in the literature search, you have to formulate the question. Then you have to define the concepts and keywords. Choose databases. Conduct the search. Evaluate the results. Finally, save all these things and refine if you needed, coming from defined concepts and keywords. That's how you have to do the literature search. Coming to the steps for effective search strategy, what we discussed in the previous slides. Defining your topic. First one, by defining your topic. Turning our topic into a question. By turning our topic into a question, you can start effective search strategy. Choosing search terms. Search terms, mainly the keywords. For each concept, there must be some keywords. By using that specific keywords, you can search the literature. And the third one is, which database should I search? Based on the type of your research, whether it would be the basic research or clinical research, meta-analysis research, based on that, you have to decide your databases. All these things we will be discussing in the coming slides. And in the next step, compiling the search and running it in a database. Finally, evaluation. These are the steps for effective search strategy. The second one is, the search strategy is define the topic, or it is nothing but the defining the question. What I am looking for exactly. Means you have to question before you want to start the search. Test the search to find out how much information is available. Suppose if you are finding the little information, broaden the question. If you are finding the lots of information, narrow the question. That's how you have to do the search based on your interest. Keywords for the concepts in the question. So in a question, in a particular question, when you are posing such one research question, you may find a lot of concepts. Break down those concepts into smaller keywords and use those keywords by using acronyms or synonyms and start doing the search. Sometimes you have to keep in mind that some diseases have the name changes. Suppose for Down syndrome, it is also referred as Mongolism or adverse syndrome. Sometimes these keywords having the spelling variations, US and UK spelling variations. By using US and UK spelling variations of particular keywords, you can do the literature search. Finally, the databases will search for the term you have typed in, including any spelling mistakes. It will take even the spelling mistakes when you want to search the literature. So I will explain by giving one example. Break the question into main concepts. So this is the question. Which are the most effective ways to deliver veterinary services to rural populations in low-income countries? In this main question, there are three concepts are there: veterinary services, rural population, and low-income countries. These are the three concepts we found in this question. Veterinary services. For the veterinary services, the keyword would be the maternal health services, maternal health care with space, maternal services, maternity care, maternity services, postpartum care and services, postnatal care, service and services, prenatal care, service and services, antenatal care, service and services. For this maternity services, we have different keywords. The same way, rural population also have different keywords. Rural community or communities, rural population or populations, remote population or populations, remote community or communities, non-urban village, and finally the villages. These are the other keywords related to this concept. And the third concept in this question is low-income countries. The keywords related to these low-income countries are developing country or countries, developing nation or nations, developing world, low source settings, low and middle income country or countries, African countries, Southeast Asian countries, South American countries. So each and every question have different concepts and each concept have different keywords. By using these keywords, you can do the effective literature search. So the keywords, suppose the keywords related to the carpal tunnel. The concept here is carpal tunnel. For this concept, the keywords are carpal tunnel syndrome, CTS, median mononeuropathy, repetitive motion disorder, repetitive motion injury, tunnel sign, pallor sign, repetitive strain disorder, repetitive strain injury, or in simple RSA. So each and every concept, either in the previous whole question or in the single concept, it has different keywords. By using all these keywords, you can do effective literature search. So suppose sometimes concepts itself having the peculiar keywords. So the concept here is thrombosis. And the keyword also for this thrombosis is, for this concept is thrombosis. The keyword is thrombosis for this thrombosis concept. In addition to this, DVT, leg thrombosis, thrombus, thrombotic, thrombolic, thromboembolism, and thrombosis. All these are the keywords for this concept. Sometimes the keywords itself acts as a concept or keyword, or it's vice versa. Sometimes subjects such as neoplasm. These neoplasm have different type of the keywords. By using these keywords or subject search, you can even do the better literature search. By using the subject search, you can do the better literature search rather than the keyword search. For this subject, that is neoplasm. Subject is the neoplasm. In this subject, there are different types of the keywords: hematoma, cyst, carcinoma, benign neoplasms, cancer, tumor, hormonal cancers. All these are the keywords particularly related to this subject neoplasm. Suppose if by using keyword search, there is a lot of difference between the subject search. Keyword search for the exact words should be entered. For the subject search, search with the predefined vocabulary is enough. Like that, in the keyword search, you can enter your own terms. But in the subject search, you need to know the exact controlled term if you want to do the good literature search related to this subject neoplasm. And in addition to these two steps, in the keyword search, database looks for keywords anyway. But in the subject search, database looks only in the subject field, means it is restricted to that particular subject. In the keyword search, it yields too many or too few results. Most of them it would be the irrelevant. In the case of subject search, it yields more specific results, most of which are relevant to this neoplasm. When you want to do the literature search, you have to follow one thumb rule. That is the Boolean operator thumb rule to do the good or refined literature search. It is nothing but A and B concept, A or B concept, A not B concept. Suppose if you use OR Boolean theory, the operator here is OR, A or B, means or, in simple OR. In this case, it requires either or both the terms to present in the document. In the case, for example, women or woman. So if you use OR operator, it increases the number of documents that can be retrieved. If you use AND operators, it reduces the number of the documents. But in this Boolean operator, and it requires both the terms to be present. Example, woman and self-perception. In this case, reduce the number of documents. The result is reduce the number of documents. The Boolean operator, not. It requires the term to be absent. Career, not vocation. Suppose, for example, career, not vocation. At the end, it results reduce the number of documents, but runs the risk of eliminating a relevant document. In this operator condition, it will eliminate some of the relevant information. So suppose if you are using and Boolean operator, you will find only the one article related to aerosol therapy and non-invasive ventilation. If you use or Boolean operator, aerosol therapy or non-invasive ventilation, you may get or you can retrieve 932 articles. Suppose aerosol therapy, not non-invasive ventilation, you will find 582, 587 articles. So that's how when you want to do based on your interest, you have to select this Boolean operator. Suppose I use it by using and Boolean operator for searching Alzheimer's and mitochondrial dysfunction, and I selected even patents, citations, and I selected even the time period. Within 0.07 second, I found 2,21,000 results related to Alzheimer's and mitochondrial dysfunction. When I want to search literature related to Alzheimer's and mitochondrial dysfunction, I used and Boolean operator. And even I used or Boolean operator related to Alzheimer's and mitochondrial dysfunction. I kept all these things same, but I found 2,22,000 results like previously in 0.07 second. In the next case, I used not as a Boolean operator. I found 2,38,000 results. That means it is picking the articles which are related to the Alzheimer's, which are not associated with mitochondrial dysfunction. Sometimes you can use the long sentences by using the parenthesis. Suppose maternity services or maternal health services or postnatal care or postpartum care. By keeping all these things in the parenthesis, I use a Boolean operator again and I use the keywords rural populations or remote populations or rural communities or remote communities or non-urban or villages. Again, I use a Boolean operator and developing country or low income country or Africa or South America or Southeast Asia. Like this also you can do the literature search based on your interest topic. Or you can search for each concept separately and then combine the individual searches together with and at the end. Like this, you can do the literature search, your interest literature search. So maternal or postnatal or postpartum or parental and care or service. Like this, you can do one literature search. And like this, you can do another literature search. And like this, you can do another literature search. Finally, by keeping 1 and 2 and 3, you can do the complete literature search. Sometimes when you want to do the literature search, you can use the literature history, means search history, to combine your search results. So These are past histories. And by combining these two, I found total records around 2,720 results. That's how you can do the literature search by combining with the history. So far we discussed how we have to do the literature search. So where we have to do the literature search. So there are different tools are present on the internet. Those are mainly gateways, search engines, and databases. The gateway is nothing but a web page designed to attract visitors and search engines to a website on specific topic or topics. Later, you have to organize the information in structural way in general or subject categories. So in these gateways, there is organized information will be available. For example, WHO related website means WHO related gateway, where you can find A to Z health topics list. Some of the essential health links such as healthnet.org also provided a lot of information related to the specific diseases. Suppose in the Google, when I type Hinari, it will appear like this. This is how Google present the results of your search. Then you have to follow the links to the website you wish to visit. Then in the next step, sometimes you can use gateways or sometimes you can use the search engines. These search engines were a program that searches documents for a specific keywords and returns a list of documents where the keywords were found. For example, google.com or Google Scholar. It is more academic, and yahoo.com. All these are the search engines where you can retrieve the specific keyword documents. So when we have to use all these search engines, you have to use these search engines for general information, or when the topic has many phases, or for current information, or for single article search, or sometimes all together. Suppose in a Google, by using advanced search, by typing some keywords related to your literature, or by using the exact keyword or phrases, or any of keywords or none of these words, by typing none of these words or numbers ranging from this to this, like that you can do the advanced search in the Google related to your literature, your interest literature. In addition to that, you can even select the language, region, when the last date happened, site or domain, terms appearing, means anywhere in the page. That's how you can do the literature search by using the Google, by specifically by using the advanced search. In the Google Scholar, you can also find your literature in your interest literature by typing the keywords or by typing the concepts. But in the Google Scholar, it provides a simple way to broadly search for the scholarly literature. You can even search across many disciplines on the sources, such as peer-reviewed papers, theses, books, abstracts, and articles, and from academic publishers, professional societies, preprint repositories, university publications, and other scholarly organizations. All these things you can find in the Google Scholar in comparison with the specific search engines. Suppose PubMed, if you type only Alzheimer's and mitochondrial function, It will give only the research articles and the review articles patents. But in the Google Scholar, you will find a lot of the literature related to your interest, or suppose for mitochondrial and dysfunction. It will even show in the Google Scholar the news published articles. Suppose in Google Scholar, if you type Alzheimer's disease, you will find lot of the documents, lot of information, lot of links. So each and everything has certain importance. So this link, this title links to the abstract and possible source of full text. This gives the link related to the abstract and possible source for the full text. HTML links to the full text version. So this indicates that links associated with the cited articles. So this provides the links to the related articles. In addition to this, it also gives similar related searches related to Alzheimer's. This provides the links for these various concepts with various keywords. That's how you can search the your interest literature. So you might be thinking there must be the disadvantages in the Google. Yes, it has a lot of disadvantages. In Google, you will not find the indexing terms. Most of the time in Google, you will find even the retrieved concepts, retrieved documents, retrieved literature. And we cannot be able to select the citations or for downloading or for printing purpose. The next disadvantage related to Google is built in the relevance ranking based on the times cited. Cannot limit to the journal articles. That is the major disadvantage in the Google. The major advantages are such as articles, books, and web pages, as we discussed previously. And it has the advanced search options and can able to limit the search by dates, document types, languages, domain, and more. That's what we discussed here in this slide by using the advanced search. Excuse me. Coming to the Google Scholar. The Google Scholar, like Google, it has no indexing terms. Like previous Google search, the Google Scholar also have few retrieval of almost any topic. No ability to select the citations for downloading and printing. Built-in relevance ranking based on the time cited may result in bias towards the older literature. So these are all different advantages related to the Google Scholar search engine. Coming to the literature search from the database. A collection of information organized in such a way that a computer can quickly select desired piece of database. It is an electronic filing system. It is a traditional databases which are organized by the fields, records, and files, where you can see all these things in these various databases. How we can do, and what are the different databases, what are all searches we can do, what are the different type of the literature search we can do. These are the different databases. Coherent library, it is usually used for systematic reviews and review protocols. Trip database, tripdatabase.com, it is mainly evidence-based healthcare database. National Institute for Healthcare Research, this is another database. And PubMed is a big database we frequently use in the basic science and as well as in the clinical science. BondLayer, which is the evidence-based healthcare database, where you can find means with the proofs and facts, you can find the literature in this database. National Guideline Cleaning House database, guideline.gov, which is a resource for evidence-based clinical practice guidelines. This is the related to clinical practice guidelines database. For effective healthcare database, most frequently used database is york.ac.uk, where you can do the effective healthcare treatment related literature. In addition to all these databases we have to do by institution purchase or by obtaining the license to get access all these databases: Medline database, SINA, HL database, Embase database. So coming to the first database, that is the Medline. This Medline is nothing but medical literature analysis and retrieval system online. Medline, which is the electronic database of indexed citations and abstracts of the US National Library of Medicine. It includes bibliography information for various articles and abstracts covering medicine, nursing, pharmacy, dentistry, veterinary medicine, and healthcare and preclinical sciences journal articles. All these things you can find from the Medline. Till date, it contains 26 million records, approximately 5,200 selected publications from 1946 to till date. Embase. It is produced mainly by the Elsewhere Science. Embase stands for Experta Medica Database. It contains more than 28 million index records and more than 8,000 index peer-reviewed journals. It is operating from 1947 to till date. It includes approximately 30% of Medline records. Embase database steadily rises in each and every year at a rate of over 9 lakh records. So it is mainly useful search engine for non-English language publications. The core strength related to Embase is it covers in-depth indexing of drug-related clinical literature with a particular focus on adverse drug reactions. So if you want to have any literature search in these highlighted areas, you can go for Embase. It Embase on evidence-based medicine indexing, including systematic reviews. It also covering and indexing of journals and articles which are relevant to the development and use of medical devices. In simple, it is meant for the systemic reviews, medical devices, and with the particular focus on drug reactions. These are the major core strengths of this Embase for doing the literature search in this given highlighted fields. And another search engine is Web of Science, which is the online academic citation index, which is provided by the Clarivate Analytics. Previously, it was by the Thomson Reuters. This Web of Science provides access to 6 electronic databases and has indexing covering from the year 1900 to till date. It almost encompasses 12,000 high-impact journals and 160,000 conference proceedings. All the titles in the Web of Science are translated in English. Cochrane Library. It is a major search engine for clinical literature search, especially for clinical trials and systematic reviews. This is the core database mainly for systematic reviews. It includes Cochrane Central Register of Controlled Trials under the Cochrane Methodology Register. SINA HL stands for cumulative index to nursing and allied health literature, which is the most important database for nursing sciences. It includes more than 6,000 journals dating back to the 1937s and has more than 4.1 million citations. This SINA-HL includes book chapters, audiovisuals, softwares, dissertations, and conference proceedings. It also emphasizes on biomedicine, behavioral sciences, education, etc. But it is not available freely. But you have to get institute license to get access in this search engine. The major disadvantages in SINA-HL is it is access limited to nursing and allied health materials that are indexed in this database. It does not search full text for most of the items. OVID, it is a commercial organization that provides the access to several bibliography databases, including Medline and Embase. The database available to you depends on the subscriber, but is less user-friendly than the PubMed, but allows complex searches. Even big sentences you can search by using OVID. Finally, come to the PubMed, which is a service of the US National Library of Medicine or the National Institute of Health. It was developed in 1996 by the National Center for Biotechnology Information at the National Library of Medicine. As of 27 January 2020, PubMed has more than 30 million citations and abstracts dating back to 1966. 20 million of PubMed's records are listed with their abstracts, and 21.5 million records have links to the full text versions, out of which 75 million articles are available, means freely available. It provides free access to the Medline. This PubMed provides free access to the Medline. It includes additional selected life science journals not in the Medline. The major disadvantages the PubMed are it access limited almost exclusively to the basic and healthcare science journals that are indexed in the database. It does not search full text articles. The major advantages for this PubMed search is it will be well indexed using medical subject headings, includes citations of e-journals prior to the publication. You can able to download info to get bibliographic managers. You can select citations to download, or you can use to print as well. So beyond these databases, you can do the literature search by referring the references in good articles, means your interest articles. By looking at the references, you can do the better literature search, or you can using the hand searching journals, means by using manually, by visiting the library, you can even do the literature search. Or in addition to this, if you want to get any literature related to the clinical trials of any drugs, by visiting the clinicaltrials.gov, you can do the literature search. Or in addition to all these things, if you have more interest, by contacting the authors, if any unpublished work is there, by like this, you can even get the better literature. You can able to do better literature search. Suppose I'm talking about the references in good articles. So this is the article which is published in the Nature Neuroscience. So the topic is distinct nuclear compartment associated genome architecture mammalian brain. So in this article, these are the various references. Rather than directly searching in the PubMed or Embase or Coherent library, by selecting your interest topic, directly you can go into the references. By looking at the references topic, you can directly do the literature search. This is the one simple and best way to do the literature search. So these are all not required at this level. So as all these things, how we can do the literature search by using the Boolean operators. One way you can do the literature search, or by using the truncation symbols. Truncation symbols nothing but by typing, suppose any word by putting the star. Suppose by typing learn with the star in the Cochrane library or any database, it will pick up the things which are related to the learn, learns, learner, learners, and learning. By using this truncation symbol, you can able to do the good literature search. Or by using the wildcards, you can do the better literature search. Means wildcard may be used to search for alternative spellings or for the different forms by putting the question mark, hashtag, or exclamatory mark. Suppose typing organic, that is nothing but organization. In the Cochrane library database would find both organization in this format, means in this spelling format, or in this spelling format, it will pick the words. Or by typing womb, by putting the question mark in the Cochrane database, it would find both women or woman. So that's how you can do the by using the wildcard in the literature search. Truncation and wildcard. See here the truncation, for example, for the microbe. It will pick up the words microbes, microbiology, microbial, microbacteria, microbiologist, microbiologist. Suppose the truncation, bacteria with the star, bacteria, bacterium, bacterial, behavior with the star afterwards, or behavior, it will pick up these two words. Likewise in this case as well. Like by using truncation and wildcard, also you can do the broad literature search so that it will pick up all the documents related to your interest topic. So when you want to do the literature search by using the truncation, but you have to be very cautious. Suppose gen with the truncation star, it may pick up genome, genomics, gene, genotype, genetic, genetics. In addition to this, it will also pick up even divergence, genera, genus, genbank, genera, intergenic. It is also true in case of labor. By picking up all these things, it will pick up unuseful things. So far we discussed so many things about the literature search, how we can do the effective literature search, or how we can do the search strategy by getting your own interest topic related documents. So suppose if the basics scientists, researchers, or clinical researchers, most of the time they go for the PubMed for their literature search, rather than going directly Google Scholar, Google, or Embase or something like that. When you want to use PubMed directly as a database literature search, so you have to be cautious various things. So when you want to do any literature search, you can select by opting all these, any one of these things, or by adding Boolean operators. Suppose by applying also filters, you can do the literature search. So Splint, by using the truncation, I did the search, found the 6009 documents. So here I applied the filter. I used the 10 years of the literature. Means I asked to do the 10 years of the literature search, or I can able to select either 1 year or 5th year, or by selecting the custom range by manually entering the Yes. Or you can go specifically if it is a clinically related one, you can only select the either randomized control only for the first year or means last year, or you can only select the reviews the last 1 year or 5 years. You can select like that. In the case it is also similar with the systemic reviews. Like this, by applying the filters, you can do the interest literature search. Or additionally, in addition to that, you can able to do the article type by selecting the article type or by selecting the species, language, sex, subject, journal, age, all these things also. By opting all these things, in the case of the splint, I can do the better search or anybody can do the better search. So you can do the search by putting the limits. As we have shown in the previous slide, by selecting the fields, by adding the Boolean operator, add with and, or add with or, add with not. You can do the, you can limit the literature search. So in addition to all these things, this PubMed has other features that can be searched within the results, related articles, and provides the corresponding links. And also it will provide the search tips or the search help in different databases, basic search, advanced search, and search archery also will be provided in the PubMed. So how to use PubMed? This is actually current version which is seen across the scientific community. So PubMed. So you might be seeing all these things, search box with the advanced feature. You can also see learn, find, download. In the explore, you can see medical subject headings database on the journals. So based on the interest, you can do the search. So by selecting the journals, I found like this. Or you can, by clicking the resources, you can do the other searches, literature searches, which are related or pertaining to the DNA, RNA, data software, all these things, you can do the search. Or the most popular thing, the PubMed, you can do the BLAST, nucleotide, genome sequence, SNMPs, gene sequence, all these things you can find from this footnotes. So suppose by clicking, I will show the basic subject search the PubMed. Alzheimer's disease and proteomics. I want to search the literature related to the Alzheimer's disease by applying the Boolean operator, and with the proteomics, I did the search. With these two combinations, I found only 1061 documents. So I selected only 10 years, and I also applied filters for the free full text. That's the reason I found only 1061 results. If you select abstract, full text, and free full text, associated data, I may get more documents. But I limited my search, I narrowed down my search by using the Boolean operator by selecting the free full text. So how we have to improve the accuracy of your PubMed search? For that, you have to use medical subject headings, or by selecting directly in the drop-down menu, MSH, you can directly go medical subject headings, and even it will provide it give the advices for that medical subject headings. That's how you can do the literature search. So you can even directly by visiting the PubMed MSH link, also you can do the search. So I even did the medical subject headings by using the Boolean operator, by using the not, and even did the literature search. That's how you can using the by applying the various Boolean operators or by using various filters by limiting the age means by selecting the means publishing age of the documents, you can do the better literature search. So when you are happy with your search, after doing all the search, after doing all the literature search, after finding free full text, so you can save all these documents by clicking here. You can upload directly as a PubMed or you can by selecting as abstract text or by using the CSV, you can even store all your search literature. So after my literature search, I found one interest topic. So I saved the abstract like this. Means you can save this file as a .text file in your hard drive so that it will allow you for future editing when you want to write the paper. So all these searches you can even save on the clipboard. So clipboard, by selecting the clipboard option, means here by clicking the send to, you can find the clipboard or my bibliography or collections or citation manager. That's how you can store. In the clipboard, it will hold all your articles on your PC for 8 hours. At the end, click on the clipboard to collect your all articles. So that's how you can save all the results. Sometimes if you want to narrow down or if you want to save your time related to your literature, interest literature under the medical subject headings or the normal search, you can go directly into the similar articles so that you can directly get your interest literature. After that, if you want to save the citations, by clicking the cite option, you will find the download.nbib. When you click this option, it will directly store your this citation in the EndNote file. You can retrieve whenever you want, see that, or whenever you want, insert at the end of the your after writing your manuscript. So as we discussed, look for the free full text articles for your literature. You are getting the full text articles from paid journals. So for all these things, at the end in the PubMed, it will give the suggestions for medical subject headings like this. So I use the search mitochondrial dysfunction in Alzheimer's. So I found this. So I also found the free full text article. When I click cite, it will show the cite format. Under that box, you can see the download.nbib so that I can directly store in the EndNote file. So for that medical mitochondrial dysfunction in Alzheimer's, it is also suggested these different types of the medical subject terms. You can use all these medical subject terms to get or to retrieve or better literature documents. So I am not explaining all these things because of the shortage of the time. After all doing the literature search, once you feel the happy, you evaluate the literature and revise if any problem is there in your search and redo the literature search and finally save all these things. Means you can save .text file or PDF copies or whatever you feel. Means whatever comfort you have in saving these documents. So after all doing the literature search, so finally you want to communicate or you want to publish the paper after writing the literature search, after writing the abstract, after writing the results, introduction, discussion. So how we have to select the journal? So there are different websites or journal portals are available to find the suitable journal to submit your article. There are multiple ways to find the journals. All must be familiar with all the named journals like Nature, Science, Cell, PNAS, all those things. So you no need to worry to find the journal. If you want to communicate your results in these top journals. Suppose results are mediocre or not very difficult to publish, that time you go for the journal finders. So elsewhere have the journal finders. Springer journals have journal finders. ACS journals have journal finders. Village journals have journal finders. Nature journals also have journal finders. Suppose in the elsewhere journal, by clicking this, by typing your the research topic, by putting your abstract, it will suggest the journal, and also it will suggest the acceptance rate as well. Suppose if you don't have any good time to find the journals, good journals, go to the your interest journal, see the references and see those references and find out in which journal those references are published. So that you can directly go to that journal and read all the author guidelines and prepare the manuscript accordingly and format the references accordingly and submit the journal. This is one way you can do. Or else you must be knowing based on your research type, whether you want to go clinical journals, or sometimes you can only publish the journal reports, means clinical case reports. Based on that, you can select the different format journals. It's like suppose clinical results. Most people wants to communicate in the like New England Journal of Medicine, Journal of American Association, Journal of Association, Medical Association Journal, means JAMA journals, like internal medicine. It has all the multidisciplinary fields. So that's how you can go directly those journals, and you can even some journals, high impact journals, they require the pre-submission inquiry. By doing the pre-submission inquiry, whether they are good or they are happy about your abstract, they will also say their concern whether you can communicate or not. That's how you can do or you can select your journals. So in the case of elsewhere journal, by putting the paper title or paper abstract, by keeping the keywords, by keeping the field of your research, you can able to do the journal finder. In the same way, there are different journals in the case of Nature. It will be arranged in the alphabetical order, so that by looking at the journal website, we can even select. In the same way, journals, Springer journals, ACS journals, like that, you can do the journal finders, and based on your literature, you can submit the suitable based on your results and based on your interest of the topic. You can select and submit the paper. So that's all about today's topic session.